We got Jeffrey in here. What's going on, Jeffrey?
Hey, what's going on,
I'm
Blakester?
not much. I think it's about that time where we can mark out, what the range is setting up for tomorrow for the FOMC
I
because we
don't know,
got
man. I don't know. My man Jack, who's supposed to be on here with us, I think, um, he's thinking no rate cut. In December, it's hard for us to remember back in December, but December, the market was convinced quarter point cut, no quarter point cut. What do we do? 3% immediate pullback.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree. I think that there could be a shock. And speaking of Jack, he's here now.
There's my
I
man.
I was just charting out the range here, Jack, for what we're kind of looking at. It's setting up for the meeting tomorrow. I like to mark the high and the low of the day because they kind of set some pools of liquidity here. So if this is how the day closes, this is how I'm going to look to trade tomorrow on the meeting. What are your thoughts on that, Jack?
Yeah, a lot of green turned to red. Um,
Yeah, I sure did.
but the thing about it is, these rate cuts, they could be uh, interpreted different ways. We'll say there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say the economy is weakening at a faster rate than the Fed is keeping up with. So if they don't cut it enough, right, we could see a massive sell-off from the people that are worried about the economy, investors. The
Yeah,
economy is not the stock market. Then you have the others that say, hey, any cut is going to make the market go higher. And if it's a quarter point, half, whatever. And,
mm-hmm.
they expect more going down the year. I wouldn't be surprised if there was no cut.
I That's the right thing to do, Jack. I mean, realistically, Jerome shouldn't cut the rates.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Jerome Powell should take his cue from Thurston Howell from Gilligan's Island, right? I mean, that guy was an independent billionaire, and he'd be a better Fed chairman right now. But the thing is, too, Powell, if he cuts him, he's going to look like he bowed to Trump, and
That's
a lot of people are going to say, "There goes the Fed's independence right there
Yep,
out the window." And,
I agree.
he's trying to appoint people to the Fed. Trump's trying to get his thumb on the Fed. That's supposed to be hands off, right? So
Exactly.
he might not cut him just to spite Trump.
Are you going on
Yeah.
record saying no cuts tomorrow, Jack?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Wow. All right.
I'll tell you what, I might even go on one of those poly market things and bet on it.
all right.
That is ballsy, dude. Wow. That would be crazy if that doesn't happen.
You
I
can
mean,
bet on no
that's-
change for a penny right now. So
Really? What's a
Um,
penny payout if there was no change?
98 cents.
That's a good odds, though. I mean, if you
Might
put
as well bet-
$100,
might as well bet 2 pennies.
I'll put a nickel on that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
so
would
good.
I think that would be the little spanner in the works for the market. I don't Other than that, I feel like we could have a little nice blow off top, melt up, whatever you want to call it. No
Yeah,
cuts though.
this,
That
this, this interest rate now isn't the issue. It's the
Yeah.
mortgage interest rate, and that doesn't follow this rate. It follows a 10-year bond. So that's the interest rate that needs to come down. Mortgage interest, not
Well,
this Fed thing.
I'll just say, Jack, if you're right, I just put it in on Kalshi, which is just like Polymarket. And if I put $23 on them to just maintain the rate, it would pay out $745.
How about $1,000?
If you put $1,000 on there, let's
Easy.
see.
Dog, okay. What's
Okay,
it
if
pay
you
out?
put that'd be 31 grand, Jack.
wow.
Now we're talking, baby.
Now we're talking.
Mrs. Jack gonna spend that this weekend in New York. I
Hey,
gotta get mine.
if you do that on Poly Market, put $1,000 on no rate cut on Poly Market. The payout is 55 grand right now.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
So what?
if
what's
you want
it-
to fade the crowds, right? Fade the news, or the talking heads. That is the move to do. Everybody's calling for a basically, at least a 25 point decrease.
So that's the majority. What does that pay on poly market if you bet on a 1/4 point decrease?
Probably nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's 95% chance. So if you put 1,000 on that, it would only pay out $1,048.
Yeah, that's about the same on same on poly market.
Yep.
You know, that's like the expected move though, right? That's really not
Yes.
the expected
Yeah.
move. That's the
Yep.
pricing that guys don't want to get hurt at that price. So,
Exactly.
and you know, 95% expected, that could be the case, but nobody knows what this
I
guy
Who
will
knows?
do.
I shouldn't have sold my crystal ball.
He
Oh, dang it, Alex. We
Powell
needed that
doesn't even
thing.
know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to wake up tomorrow, see if he can hold down his lunch, and then make an announcement.
What was this news I was reading about how those jobs report last week was all fueled by false job claims?
Yeah,
And revisions, right?
I heard
it's
that.
revisions from Biden's era. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a tough job, Powell. It'd be almost be better if they could make it like a decision by committee. That way, no one guy would have to take the heat, you know?
Well, that's essentially what it's supposed to be, federal open market committee, but and they all get the votes and the dot plots and the whatever, but he gets up there. They used to not even have a speech, but now he gets up there and speaks every time because he's so full of himself. I mean,
Bad idea. Yeah, I don't remember Greenspan. I don't remember Greenspan ever giving a speech.
yeah, he would every couple months, Janet Yellen would every couple months. But once Powell took over, he's every time he's up there, he loves to be up there. I don't know why. Like that's just
I don't either.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Some of those guys, they just love to see themselves in the press and the headlines and making news. And again, he's going to say all the stuff that Trump doesn't want him to say.
Yeah, here it was. Just in fraud fueled jobless claims per Bloomberg, a massive spike in jobless claims on Thursday heightened fears of a swift labor market deterioration. But it turns out many of those claims were fake. The big jump, which took national claims to a 4-year high and jolted financial markets, was a result of attempted fraudulent unemployment filings in Texas. I don't know, man. I mean, this is what you say, Jack. It's like even the fake numbers are fake. I don't
They
know.
can't get it right. They can't get a CPI right or a PPI right or a jobless claims right. That's insane to think that the federal government could pinpoint a jobless claims number.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at the call put skew for tomorrow, and like just on SPY.
You can
And
share your screen if you want,
I
Alex.
know I'm trying to figure out how to do
There's
it.
click the button. Click the button.
There's so many buttons. That's the problem.
a
They're all
1,000 of them.
colored. They're so pretty.
I know. Wow. It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas. So yeah, I mean, so just on SPY, there's no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of all. I mean, there's very rarely like a huge skew on SPY, but like it is basically the same. Calls and puts, really, really tight. Nothing. So no. I mean, no. There's no like clear direction. I don't know on some of the other. If you look at Google, call put skew a little bit better, but I don't know. I was trying to figure out if there's any tell, but there's not really. I mean, I don't know. There's no tell. I think 25 basis points is going to be happening tomorrow, and that's going to be bullish, right? I think that people if we go over here to just like little scanner. I mean, look at some of these companies, these Big Bear AI, Neo, Grab, Mara, Soundhound. Actually, that's not moving up too much. But I mean, neither is Oracle. But though they did gap up, some of these gapped up today. BBAI is moving high. Some of these like more speculative plays are coming back around. I feel like easy money could be back in the casino for these guys. Personally, I don't know. Jack says no cuts. I say 25 basis points. What do you say, Jeffrey?
I mean, consensus is 25, but I'm preparing for no cuts just because that would, I mean, December, just back in December, we were convinced, the market was convinced we were going to rate cut. And then we didn't do a rate cut, and 3% down that day. If anybody doesn't remember, short-term memory. So I'm preparing for no rate cuts, just cause.
Yeah, and this market's looking for a reason to go down, and so they can interpret this rate cut any way they want. Like I say, some of these guys are saying if there is a rate cut, a quarter or whatever, that's sign that the economy is deteriorating, and he's lowering rates to spur on the economy. And since he's probably behind, that would mean the economy's worse than we think it is, or he thinks it is, right? So
Yeah, he's been beating that drum on strong economy, good jobs, everything's great. Why would all of a sudden he change that tune? Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be one. I'm going to have to sign up for that poly market.
I think I'm gonna put like 500 down on the no cuts. Why not?
Hey, I put 20 down. We'll see.
Do you have to sign up for Polymarket? I never actually. Can you have to create an account? I guess. I wonder if I can get it funded quick enough.
Let's give the good folks at home some trade ideas.
There you
go. How they can make some money. Forget this poly market crap. What could a guy or a gal do that's tuning in today that could take advantage of something or nothing that happens tomorrow?
So if we get a big down, 3-4%, I bought a 640 put on XSP and then sold a 630 put underneath it, 10 points wide. Cost me about right around $1, a little less. And it's like a 9-to-1 risk reward. Reward 9, risk 1. Not too bad.
Yep.
That's one way.
That's one way. Now, what about tech stocks? You think Alex and Jeffrey, what do you think if they do cut, what's going to happen with tech stocks?
I mean, I think that I just saw this chart that AI adoption is slowing among the big Fortune 500 companies. Again, like I don't know what is I don't know what causes this to turn into a demand zone. Demand zone versus a supply zone, right? At the top here, even sold off a little bit on Nvidia. Like what causes Nvidia to go up to here? What causes AVGO to go to 400, let's say, or even just 390, or even just 385? What's the next leg? Like what's the big next leg of it? I think if rate cuts happen, that tech stocks are gonna pop. I think that's the move. If you want to position bullish, and you pick a tech stock, they'll probably be a good bet. I mean, you could just take an options trade. You could take an underlying shares trade.
I got a good trade on AVGO this morning. Let's take a look at a 6-month chart. Because I can't even look at one without a 6-month chart. Doesn't tell me enough. So this morning, about an hour after the market opened, I sold the 342.50 put and bought the 340.
340, 350 put.
A nice little 8.5% cheese. Which for 3 days, I'll take that.
A credit spread then.
Credit spread. Yeah, both put spread. I sold the 342.50 put and bought the 340 put.
You do that for next week?
This Friday.
Or this Friday? All right.
I got that special trade that I put on Tuesday morning for Friday's expiration.
Yeah, how much credit did you get for that?
8.5%, like 22 cents, 23 cents.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. I've been doing this in AVGO, man, I don't know, months in a row now. And I love that strategy because you could use a bear call spread when AVGO or other tech is trending down and bull put spread when it's trending up. But this thing is great. It's a little pricey for covered calls and a little pricey for naked puts. But
Broadcom.
This is Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO. Funny thing about this guy, we're always talking about, I believe in the jockey you know, as much as the horse. I believe in the guy running the company. And the guy running AVGO tied his compensation to AI profits. Now, that is a guy willing to put, you know, all of it at risk. They don't make money. There's no profit from AI. His compensation is zero. So that was a pretty ballsy move. And I like that guy.
Is this AVGO?
Yeah, Tan Ha. Yeah, he's amazing. And he just made an announcement on that last gap that he's only going to be compensated based on the profitability of AI. And that's him saying it's going to work. When a lot of people are saying there's not much, if any, profitability in AI. He's saying, yeah, he burned the boats.
That's certainly pretty ballsy. Putting his
It
money where
is.
his mouth is.
Yeah. It's a big takeaway from that is, you know, he sees it. Those are the guys that are in the kitchen. They see you and smell what's cooking. They know what's going on. No one has a better insight than him and Jensen Wang from NVIDIA.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I like this move this guy did. And I'm long the stock. I got to just, in full transparency, I got probably, as Jeffrey would think, too much of it. But
I never said too much. No, come
I
on
know.
now.
I have an imbalanced portfolio, Alex. So we were talking about my portfolio in January of this year when I was doing my live thing in Jacksonville, and I just told everybody what my portfolio was. And it's a big part of it's dividends, but another big part of it is tech, specifically NVIDIA, AVGO, ANET, a couple others. And when you look at this printout of how balanced it is or how diversified it is, mine was terrible diversification. But I like that because that's where the money's at. If you have like a mutual fund where they're redundantly buying all the same shares of companies, you know, in the same industries, you can't get any move, right? It's just bland and mediocre. But I was reading a book a couple of years ago about I don't know if it was Larry Fink or who said it, but he said when you have confirmation in your own mind, you know, you really need to go for the jugular on something that's the biggest move you ever made. And that's what I did with NVIDIA years and years ago. So I'm glad I did. But my portfolio is totally imbalanced. You know, I got everything from McDonald's to NVIDIA in there, but way more tech than any financial manager or investment advisor or anybody I know thinks is proper. It's way out of whack. But like I say, I like it like that. That's the returns have been awesome.
So if you are taking a put spread on Broadcom, you do not think, and you're also saying no rate cuts, you're not thinking that's going to cause any sell off?
I don't know. I'm good with it either way. You know,
Yeah.
the great thing about this trade is that it has a built-in hedge, right? If it breaks and it goes to hell in a handbasket, I can buy back the 340, 250 put. I'll take a loss doing that. But that 340 put, if there's a complete breakdown, that thing is going to skyrocket in value and make up more than any loss I took buying back the short option. I've had that happen. It happens rarely, but when it happens, it's amazing. So without that built-in hedge, this trade wouldn't be so good to me. But that's the one I got and the one I like.
Yeah, let's see what's Hal Fuller's with you. He's got 200 shares. Peter burned the boats, no going back. AVGO strikes. If Jack wants to type them in, we can give those to you. I don't know if it's part of one of his services or not, though.
Yeah, it is. But I'll just tell you, I sold the 340, 250 and bought the 340. And I put that trade out alert to all the VIP members.
There you go.
So there's a free.
And right now it's going for 22 cents if you bought it right now or
Yeah.
sold it right now.
I like a naked put in ANET.
What about? I want to ask you about IBIT real quick first because I know you like IBIT. What do you?
I love
crypto.
This.
If rates do get cut, I mean, again, crypto's, you know, high beta. It's probably gonna. This one might. I mean, this will pop hard.
I love this thing.
Something's going on in crypto here right now. The IV shot up in the last couple of days from now to the end of the year.
Yeah, the Clear Act, right? Isn't there some act going through Congress that it's going to be crypto oriented?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that matters, but right now, almost everything crypto related, the IV is just ramping to kind of ridiculous levels. I just did a BITO put, not put, but bull call spread, which is a debit spread. Bought a 22, sold a 25 for December. And I just did that. It's not part of any service. I was talking to my Termite Trading Lab group about it right before I came on. And, if you get filled for 23 cents, that's roughly a 1,200% potential upside.
Now, when you do that trade, Jeffrey, do you turn right around and put a good till cancel to get
Uh,
out, or do you ride
Right
it?
now, right now, since it's out to December, I just left it rolling. Um, I don't expect it to do much of anything, but if I get 500 or 600% on it, that's a pretty darn good trade.
Yeah. Real quick, Peter L., put your name and phone number and email in the chat, and I'll have somebody from my team or our customer service call you back and see why you did not get that alert. It also should be in the members area. But getting back to IBIT, guys, gals, everybody tuning in, I love this stock like a fat kid loves cake. And the reason I do is because it's got so much going on. Number one, it's got the trend, right? I love it. I've been selling naked puts anywhere from 65 bucks, 63 down. And I've got quite a bit of the stock, so I can also sell covered calls. And you can do credit spreads on this thing. This has just been great. Now, the other thing I love about it from a naked put standpoint is your capital requirement isn't nearly what it would be if you were trying to do a naked put on Tesla, right? The naked put is one strategy where the price of the stock does affect your capital big time. So, IBIT has it all. It's got the beta over 1, which means the broad market has a beta of 1. So IBIT is more volatile than the broad market. Therefore, it's going to have higher premiums in the options that you sell, right? You can make great money, as Jeffrey and I have been doing, selling naked puts. I sold the last batch at 65. I had the stock put to me at 65. Sold covered calls at 71, and here it is up from the price I was gifted the stock. So price wise, this is probably the best cash flow in stock right now. The high beta, low stock price, and that trend, those three things right there give you the winning edge.
Yeah, it's definitely got some juice to it. ETHA's got some juice to it too. BlackRock's Ethereum fund, a little bit lower cost even, and just as high a beta it seems right now.
Yeah, this is another great one. This is awesome. Yeah, and that other one you were doing, what was that, Jeffrey? TSLL or something?
Yeah, TSLL, Tesla. Yeah, if Tesla's too rich for you, TSLL. I've been cash flowing this one too. I sold all the $12 I sold went out for a penny already for this Friday, and I added some 1750s to it on this big run this week. So
1750s being naked puts.
yeah, 1750 negative puts. Willing to buy the shares for 1750. I still have lofty goals on the upside for Tesla.
AVGO, James, that's this Friday, the 19th. Now,
Elon
Jeffrey,
Musk tweeted that daddy's home. So I think Tesla, you think all-time highs again?
I don't know, Jeffrey, we were looking at it. It was poised to retrace to 300 when it was at 320. Now
Yeah.
it's up 100 from there. Well, you see it going 500? What's the
My
current
target
price
has been my target's been 500 for a long time, but I'm gonna have to bump it up to 800 right now on the lofty target. So
Why would you
that's
be doing that? I haven't heard that Elon landed on the sun yet. I mean,
that they're
that's impressive.
well, he tweeted that he's gonna roll out unsupervised self-driving to fleet-wide by the end of the year.
That would be huge.
Yeah, I don't know. We should take the poll here again, folks. Would you get into a self-driving taxi? Put it in the chat. Yes or no? Would you get into the back seat of a self-driving taxi? Would you, Alex?
No, I will say though that I always feel safer cutting off a Tesla than I do any other car though. I mean, I think it probably reacts a little faster, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Jeffrey would get into a
I let it drive me to work this morning. Come on
I
now.
know. You're already doing it. Yeah,
I
we got
trust
more
it.
nodes. That's the thing. I wonder if these guys really understand, does the marketplace want to be picked up in a self-driving taxi?
A
That'd be
lot of people
crazy,
like
but they don't.
I've driven a lot of people around that have no idea how good it is. It's like after a couple, first few minutes you're like, and then all of a sudden you're just like, man, this thing drives better than anybody I've ridden with.
Yeah. Yeah,
Speaking of
I don't have it. I don't have a Tesla. I have a Lexus, but even that, has like driving assist, and I tried it out, and I was pretty amazed at how good it is. So if you have the software dedicated to full self driving, um, it is probably mind blowing.
I got a self-driving horse. This thing can take me to town. I don't have to steer it or anything. It knows exactly how to go. I'm just serious. Drives better
Yeah.
than my ex-wife, Dan Rose says.
Yeah.
Man, killing me.
Hopefully not traffic related ex-wife, accident related ex-wife.
800, you got an 800 price target on this thing?
That's the aggressive upside price target. 500 is still my that's where I expect it to go. I've had that for like 4 years or something like that, 5 years.
Health
Since we
Fuller's
talked.
neighbor has one. He has health problems and he loves it. Yeah, if you had
Yeah.
Alzheimer's and you had a self-driving car, like someone could program it for you. You wouldn't even have to pay attention where you're going, right?
Yeah, your kids could just tell you to get in the car or send you to the doctor.
Dad, get in a car.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, it's a huge. I mean, what do you think? Peyton, is this a time to go long Tesla for people who maybe missed this jump up here, or do you want to like wait for it to pull back, or are we just on momentum right now?
And we're only 2 standard deviations above the mean right now. 3 is usually where we get a rest, and that's still another like 30-40 bucks higher than we are right
Yeah.
now. So a little bit of upside, but you may want to wait till the next little pullback. We're gonna, a pullback's gonna happen. Whether it happens from here or higher up, I don't know, but a pullback's gonna happen.
And Jeffrey, we were talking about the short squeeze in Tesla,
Yeah.
right? Nice short open interest here, and then they just had it ripped off in their face.
And that's
So
what it looks like to me. That looks like a short rip to me because Elon bought $2 billion worth of shares.
Yeah.
So
He's
what
just
that is,
trolling them.
when people are short the stock, Tesla, a lot of them are, they think it's going to go down, but when it goes up, they're losing money. So they either have to buy back their position and take a full loss, or they got to short more stock and bring their average cost on the short up. That's called financing the short. And that gets more expensive when the stock's at 420 than if it was at say 42. So financing your short and putting more out there, more shorting on Tesla, some guys think that's the right thing to do, seeing as how it's at this high price. But man, is it expensive right now. So, and some of them haven't covered, right? Which makes it even more dangerous for them going higher. This thing could have another little spurt.
I do have a significant holding of TSLL, and I have some Tesla itself. I sold upside calls at 500 for this Friday and got a fair chunk of money too. It wasn't even like the premium was dry. It was I got a fair chunk of premium selling at 500. It's already starting to erode, but I got a fair chunk.
Now, would you buy that 500 call back at any time before it expired 100% worthless?
I'll buy it back for a penny.
Yeah. But would you buy it back if you were up 50% on it?
I wouldn't. I'll just ride it out because I don't actually expect it to go across 500. And the premium was just there, and if it does call me out at 500, I made a crap lot of money.
We talk about we talk about buying back that covered call when you're up 70, 80, 90%, buy it back and flip it out again. A lot of guys do. I don't do that. I let it go all the way to 100% worthless and keep 100% of that premium and then just do it again the next Monday.
I usually buy it back for a penny, and that lets me. Usually, it'll be sometime Thursday or Friday that it happens, and then I can get that extra little juice for next week. Roll forward. So I don't know. Everybody's got their way they like to do it.
Yep. Wow, that thing finds parking spaces too. Hey, I might
Yeah.
have to revisit this whole Electricana cars.
Yeah, you can walk out of the grocery store and push the button, and it'll come to the front of the store and pick you up.
Yeah, it's really sick.
Now, iPhone says people mistakenly value Tesla like a car company. Instead, it's a data company. You're exactly right, iPhone 14. it's gonna, and that's why he wants to put all this internet together. He wants to just bundle it up so that he can get all kinds of data. And that's what it is. It's a data company. Wait till he starts going to Mars.
Yeah,
Man,
where's Rivian stack up against Tesla?
That's I haven't driven a Rivian. I only occasionally see one every now and then around here, so never even been in one, so can't really speak much to the tech stack. I mean, it's the big thing they got going on is they're selling 100,000 vans to Amazon.
Yeah,
So,
I like their designs. I mean, I see them around here occasionally. I like their designs. They more like traditional cars than Teslas do. Looks like we got
yeah,
some building a new factory in Georgia, set to start production in 2028, multi-billion-dollar investment is create 7,500 jobs by 2030. Kevin's saying Rivians are everywhere in Irvine. Oh, I have a friend in
I'm
Irvine.
around here too. I will say.
the most common Rivian I see is the Amazon vehicle that comes by, once, twice a day. So, I mean, they've got 25,000 of those sold already to Amazon, on track to deliver 75,000 more by 2030, which is another 5 years. And then they're looking for other customers to sell to. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they are cheaper. Maybe I'll dig more into seeing how they compare tech stack wise, but they are cheaper than Tesla by a a
They
ridiculous
still,
amount.
they sound just as bad as a Tesla.
You mean quiet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, give me a V8 with good old fashioned internal combustion.
Yeah. I don't mind the sound of engines when it's a really, an M4 or something, when it actually makes sense. I hate getting buzzed by Toyota Corollas with souped up engines. And it's always the Corollas or the Subarus, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. So no defensive plays ahead of ahead of the FOMC tomorrow.
I got that 640, 630 put. I mean,
But Jack, nothing on your side.
As far as the broad market,
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to react to it. They could say, hey, this is a bad sign that we got a rate cut. Otherwise they could say, hey, this is a great sign. This is one of the times that rate cut comes up where it could go either way. I don't think there's the consensus built into this thing like other people think.
I'm bullish. I'm overall bullish position, but I put my hedge on at 640, 630 XSP cut. Put, for those that just want to protect the downside, it's a 1 risk, 9 reward. If we take a 4% step back, that's a pretty fair portfolio hedge. So, maybe it only pays out 5x. Big deal. Still worked pretty well. That's the way it goes. I thought it was worth it, so I put on. Well, I think I've got 40 of them on right now. So,
Yeah. Yeah, man, we are pulling away from the moving averages. That's crazy.
Loft is what I call it. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually going to come back.
Historically, running into the FOMC, we get a step back. How big a one? I don't know. But historically, when we rip right into the FOMC, usually FOMC week's pretty dead, but this time we're ripping right into it. Sets up for a pullback. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about this every week, 3 to 5% pullback. I don't know. Maybe when it comes, maybe it'll come. It will come, but who knows when, man. It's just unrelenting. This market is.
And I did play October on the XSP, so it's not like it's gonna go bust tomorrow. So
Yeah, if we get a little sell off either way, I'd take that as a little buying opportunity. Yeah, first pullback after a new high is almost always buyable statistically. So there's a lot of stocks that if they got thrown out with the baby with the bathwater, similar to Liberation Day, where they sold everything, even stocks that didn't have anything to do with a tariff. That was one of the biggest buying opportunities I've seen in quite some time because it was so short-lived too. Look at that.
what's crazy, Jack? You say it's short-lived. It was that the Liberation Day drop was 100 points bigger than the COVID drop, and it was 10 days longer than the COVID drop.
Wow.
Dang. Yeah,
It's
that was
almost the same size. Like, people don't think about it that way, but it's like I was talking to one of my VIPs this weekend, and he was like something about this Liberation Day drop being an outsized move, and I started comparing the standard deviation move. I was like, that actually reminds me of the COVID drop, and I started point for point comparing it. I was like, well, shoot, it's only 100 points bigger, and it only lasted 10 days longer. I was like, that's so crazy.
How
Yeah.
long did the COVID drop last?
It lasted like 22 days, and then or 23 days, and then the Liberation Day drop from the top to the bottom there was only like 32 candles. So
Yeah, COVID, I remember that. We're all going to die. There's no cure. No one's going to survive.
Yeah.
I remember that. Even
Yeah.
had my wife panicked. I
Yeah.
was dying to get it. I wanted to see what it was really all about, but I never did get it until a long time later.
Yeah. It didn't work out for the globalists, I guess.
The world was not coming to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the economists that were so wrong. That's why, peeps, you should never listen to even famed economists when they're coming out with warnings, because they're the worst at market direction. So are analysts. Analysts have been the most wrong I've ever seen them. Economists and analysts. You could just take that off of your have to do list.
Yeah, well, if econs of trailing science, it just observes what's already happened. It has very little predictive capacity. But yeah,
Yes.
I mean, if you look at if there is any analog to the COVID crash and the Liberation Day, we still probably have a good amount of time left in this bull market.
If you took that Liberation Day out of there, the market is just kind of where it should be, right? Without that, if you move up here to the right further, yeah, right there. Yeah, if that the market is right now, it's come back. It's just kind of how it should have been if that dip didn't even happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, like, they throw the baby out with the bathwater. The computer selling kicked in, and they were selling every single thing, like DraftKings, and just stocks that had nothing to do with a tariff. And all the economists were talking about how bad that was going to be. Still hasn't been a big deal. So we'll see. Samir asks a good question. He wants to see a spread on Oracle on the potential TikTok deal. No, I
hey,
got to tell you,
what
Samir,
if it was Tesla that got the TikTok deal?
oh my God, that's how it should have been.
That'd be great.
Should have been that way, but it didn't.
You just
So
never know. You never know. He's like all into the social media stuff.
I don't. I still don't know that he ain't gonna get it somehow, some way. And I'll tell you why. You know, everybody's talking about Oracle being in such a great place right now with this surprising ability to do data centers, but man, do they have debt? They have
Yeah.
a amazing, like a god awful amount of debt. Now, I was trying to buy, waiting for Oracle to fade a little bit from that gap up, but I don't think it's going to happen, and I don't think I'm going to buy it anyway. That debt is going to be a real pincher. He'll be one of the biggest beneficiaries to a rate cut. But let's see where would we do a spread in Oracle for Samir.
Well, I'm just looking at this options flow. We do have a lot of calls coming in, but kind of different strikes. You have probably the most common is 315. 315 for September. What was it? What was it? September 19th and October 3rd. October 3rd, 315 call. So we talking about credit or debit spread?
I don't know. He just wanted to see a spread in it. I would say a credit spread, or let's give them both. We'd probably do a wrap order on a debit spread, which Samir would be for all of you guys and girls tuning in. A wrap order would be to buy one call at the money and sell the next higher strike.
Yeah, that'd probably be the safest bet if you're going to play it. Otherwise, you got to come up with a target, and how high. I mean, potential. If you look at just the value of the company, could it 3x? Sure. Could it 4x? Sure. I mean, you put it in the $3 trillion club. If it 4x'd, that'd be $1,200 a share. Time frame? I don't know.
Right.
But then you look at the debt, and as Jack said, They were actually negative free cash flow. So that's like infinite debt to free cash flow.
Yeah.
Right there. And it's growing. It's not like their debt is shrinking. They're not
It's
servicing
growing.
their debt. They're growing the debt.
Yeah.
You know, for a $800 billion company to be growing the debt, that's I
Not
don't
good.
know. That's not no bueno.
It's typical Larry Ellison, though. You know, again, the jockey, he loves that debt, and he doesn't care about it at all, the debt, as long as the stock's going up, right? But man,
Yeah.
they stretched.
$100 billion debt on an $800 billion company. I mean, that's pretty rich. Pretty rich.
Pretty rich. So a spread, you'd have two choices here since the trend is up. Bear call spread. And if you wanted to go for a debit spread to make more than a credit spread, you would buy the 302 call, sell the 305 call. You'd have a debit there.
Well, it's now, it's kind of vacillating between 305, I guess 302, yeah, 304.81, but 302 and 5, you get in for right now. I'm seeing a debit of 125, which means, it's 50% or less the width of the spread. So you could
That's good.
chart a 25% profit target, 50% profit target on that.
Yeah, if you bought that for $1.25, you'd put 50% of that onto the $1.25, and that'd be your sell price, and put that in good till cancel.
Yeah. This is October 3rd. Let's see, October 26th. About the same. I guess it's the timeline here. For September 26th, rather. So basically you would only need, it's at 304. You would need Oracle to go up if you did this. No, let's go to the daily chart. So right now it's at 304. I mean, if you look over here on the profit diagram, if it went to basically 309, just $5 move, and you're going to be looking at 25%, somewhere between a 17 to 25% gain, depending on what the time frame is. But as long as it stays over that, what the break even would be 303.70. As long as it basically stays like 305, the time decay will work in your favor up until October 3rd. I don't know what the optimal time frame would be for me. Probably, I don't see a reason not to do the 26th instead of the 3rd. I don't know if you gain anything from doing farther out.
The actual the Halloween one at 305, 310, it costs you, well, it's dancing around right now. It was 210 a second ago. That's kind of a better risk reward. 210 with a potential $5 payout upside. So I don't know. It just depends on what, risk reward wise, how much you're willing to risk for potential to pay out. There seems to be a sweet spot there around Halloween where it costs less to do the 5 wide.
You do, yeah. It's a little more expensive. I hate holding trades. I like to be in and out. Who knows what's going to happen in October?
Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow?
Right. Exactly. Even less than October. Yeah. So you can take the 12. So I think the September 26th is probably the one I would take, unless I just like having, let's get through September. We'll start a new month. See what happens in that new month. But
Greg says Larry Ellison is operating on the principle that if I borrow 10 million, then that's my problem. If the bank lets me borrow 100 billion, then it's their problem.
yeah, that's the famous thing, right? So I'll type this out in the chat for folks. I don't know if you want to show another trade or something, Jeffrey or Jack, while I do this. But I'm just gonna type
really fat premium on an ANET naked put.
You want to share your screen, either of you? Or I'll just type this out
I don't
as quick
have
as I can.
Yeah. All the way down on ANET's great.
I was good. I can share real quick and show something that I've been working on that Jack and I are gonna probably release in about a month from now. This trade worked out right here, and I did this yesterday for today. One, not 0 day, it was 1 day to expire, and the alert actually came through right here. This one right here in the middle of the screen. I can make it bigger a little bit, and these are automated credit spreads that I've come up with right here. And it gives you, when the trigger happens, you get this alert, tells you to sell, and then buy that one. Gives you the date, the exact option with the premium, and it tells you net credit, tells you the close target, about a 50%. Is what I'm going for, 50% of the credit risk right there. Tells you the return of the risk, and tells you how many contracts to buy if you want $1,000 risk right there. And like I said, that one played out for me right here, right there.
Nice.
Boom. That was so far. I'm basically 100% win rate on these. For me, the back tested win rate all the way back to the beginning of the year was about 90%, and I've been testing them out with my insider group, and we'll keep testing those for the next month, and then probably launch this out sometime next month. So this is just a little preview of what's cooking, and
I'll show you a
show that off.
pretty good trade here on Hood.
Let's see.
Again, I'm long Hood, so I'm not totally objective. But this one, where's Hood right now?
Sitting at 117.
106. We sold naked yesterday. It expires the end of October, and the yield was 29.2%.
It's going for $5 right now.
Yeah, we got 520, I think. That's fat. That's 20. Yeah, I don't think Hood's going to go down to 106, but if it did, I would take the stock, happily take the stock. I would consider that I had the stock gifted to me. And again, that's not too expensive, right?
Not really.
Yeah, 106, that's 10,600. You need to have cash in your account if you were to get the stock, less your premium of $500.
Yeah, you're getting paid $500, so you're
getting paid
almost taking off the $6.
Yeah.
You're almost taking off the 600 there.
Yeah, that's a really fat one. And Hood again has been awesome. It's got everything you want. It's got the trend higher. That's number one every time. It's got a fairly affordable stock price. It's got a beta over 1, which means you could do the 3 magic income trades. You could do the covered calls if you buy 100 shares. You could buy naked puts or sell naked puts without owning the stock. And you can do credit spreads without owning the stock. That's the 3 big income plays that I make. But you got to have that trend. And here we got it. So like with IBIT, this is another good one. Been loving Hood. I'm loaded up on it. I'd still take more.
We've been talking about this one down a little bit today, but
this is so crazy that you
still
do
grinding.
This gap. Like I'm always in the tech stuff, the hot crazy stuff. You've done this on Urban Outfitters,
Yeah.
Dollar Tree. You did it on.
I'm still doing it on Dollar Tree.
I love how you can bring awareness to the fact that you don't need to have crazy stocks. You could still get a decent return out of some of this. I call it boring stock. I would never touch Dollar Tree or mess around with this stuff, but you're killing it. You're making your 40% per year on all these trades, right?
Yeah, I mean, live track record right here. I just keep crushing it. There's the Dollar Tree win from last week right there, 54% gain, and I rolled it forward to keep it going, get more premium.
And you're still doing it with Gap?
Yeah, I've got it in one of my retirement accounts. I don't have it in this account with Gap. I've got IBIT, I've got DocuSign, I've got Chewy, I've got let's pop on the trades tab here. I've been crushing it with Docu over and over and over, and Chewy printing money too, even though that pulled back, doesn't matter, still print money. Got a Gap in there. Look at that nice fat premium, 253 for a week.
You're doing it on these boring stocks. That just it just goes to show you that I've been saying long time. This is the best premium selling market I've ever seen in my life. And it goes to show you right here, not just on the hot stuff, but even on the boring stuff. The premiums are off the charts high right now, folks. So you want to be an option seller. That's where the money resides.
And the beta on this one's even like 0.3. It's not even
Makes
like
no sense.
it's not even super juicy, but I've I'm sitting here I've rolled the 100 strike forward for this week's the third week, and I might even do it a fourth week. I might take the stock because the call premium is actually ridiculous. Market's pricing in this thing to pop again.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I got filled at 120 on that Oracle play. So
There you go.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now, Alex, are you going to put that for sale GTC and go fishing, or are you going to sit there and stare at it and try to
No, I take 25, 30%. I'm good. I don't like holding trades long. So if I get that, I'm good.
Mike Jackson wants to see Uber.
Yeah, there's my put vertical right here. I was talking about I got filled for $1 in one of my accounts with 10 size of 10. So $9,000 potential profit, $1,000 risk, 1 to 9. There you go. It's got to drop out. More likely it would drop out in this zone right around 620, and I'd be able to get 5 or 6x, maybe even 8x in there. So
nice play, my friend.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, Uber.
Yeah, let's look at Uber real quick. And
Mike Jackson.
What we got cooking, everybody?
What's
Getting near resistance. Getting near resistance. Yeah, this is 24, 25 into.
So this is an all-time high for Uber.
Yeah, we're sitting there at all-time highs.
All right. The first pullback after an all-time high is usually buyable. Now, is this a 52-week high or an all-time high?
That's an all-time.
All-time.
Now, what that
52-week
means,
and an all-time.
there's a lack of overhead supply, right? So people are going to be drawn in to short this thing, and other people are going to be drawn in, like Jeffrey says, a stock moving up draws in buyers, ironically. So yeah, I agree with you right there. 105.
104, 105 is where I see it.
I love it.
As a resistance.
I love it. Michael Jackson, are you long this? I bet he is. What's the beta? Oh, 1.23. That's got a lot of good things going for it there, Michael Jackson.
He lives. I knew they were lying about his death.
Got me working day and night on this one. It's got it all. Again, got the trend. You got nice beta. You got good options pricing.
Yeah, it's got
nice little naked puts.
And you can get some fair premium out the next Friday for, just 1 week out, I guess 10 days out at this point. And down here at the recent pullback around 91.
Yeah, I like that. I like the Uber. That's got it all right there. Nice price. You could do nice naked puts. You could do cover calls. You could buy the stock. You could do good credit spreads. That's a good one.
Yeah, you can get fair premium all the way down in the low 90s right now.
Yeah, it's funny. When we get on these shows, Jeffrey, we do all this without kind of ever buying a stock, and people want to get on the show and talk about what stocks are going to go up. And we're saying it doesn't have to go up when you're selling options.
Yeah, I mean, this is my year-to-date performance right here, and I've not really bought many shares at all.
I love what you're doing there, man.
Mostly just selling credit.
Yeah.
It's just
that's
there
awesome.
you go.
And that's like those are like basically income plays, right? So
yep.
And Jack, you have a little piece of cool software that actually can find these plays semi-automated, I think.
Totally automated. Like the trade I gave you on AVGO, I could take credit for that, but I have a new tool that automatically picks credit spreads for you. Every single moment the stock market is open, you just log into this and you see as many credit spread opportunities as you can handle. You could also type in a stock and see where to do the credit spread. So it solves the biggest three biggest problems. What stock do I do it on? What strikes do I do it on? That's always a difficult thing for people. And then what expiration do I pick? So this is always set up to do the following Friday's expiration. And if you were to do it today, it would show you for this Friday's expiration, and it rolls to the following Friday. But that thing has been blowing my mind. I'm 100% with it also. And what's so funny is, you know, they kind of took my brain and made this tool that picks these credit spreads for you, picks the stock, the strikes, expiration, everything. So I wanted to see, you know, this thing could, it's like Jack in the Box, right? It could even replace me at some point. And I want to see how good it was. So, you know, I still do my credit spreads the old fashioned way, writing it out and taking about a half an hour to find it one good one. This thing takes about 1 second. So I like to still do it a little bit longhand and then find out what this cash flow agent picks. And so many times it's the exact same one that I picked, you know, even like today with AVGO. Thing is just an amazing tool. So I'd love to show people what this thing is all about and how they can use automation to bring in more cash flow.
Yeah, let's I want to hear it. I mean, I've already seen it. I love this thing, but I want to hear more about it because it's, I don't even know if I'm talking to the real Jack right now. I think you've uploaded your I think you've uploaded your consciousness into the AI cloud, and now you're probably just, you're the real Jack's probably fly fishing.
Yeah, he is. Oh man, that's funny.